Hi everybody, welcome to Say a Lot. Today I'm going to do a little bit of planting. I'm going to try to get some bush beans into the ground, well, into a pot. I do everything in pots. And also some spinach and some green onions. So I'm trying to get these in because we're experiencing extensively hot weather here in Indiana, and it helps to germinate the seeds when it's hot. So I'm going to take full advantage of it. I've already planted a couple of different items, and I'll go through and show you those, and also show you this exceptionally good soil that I've gotten. I was really disappointed earlier in the season with the soil that I was purchasing, mainly because it had so many stems and rocks in it, and you can just see bugs flying up out of it. So I would need to treat it before I could even use it. I would have to pull out a lot of the sticks and things like that. But getting this bag, I am very pleased at the quality of the soil. So I'm going to show you that real quick, show you some of the things that I planted off camera, and you'll get a chance to see how those are doing as well. This is the potting soil, Miracle Grow potting mix, and it's a very large bag. In fact, it's, let's see, how many ounces? Well, 50 dry quarts of soil. So I had a hard time putting this in my vehicle, but I struggled with it until I got it inside. And look at the soil. Look how rich it is. And it looks like it already has a perlite and peat moss in it. There's not a million bugs and a million pieces of sticks in it. So it's going to make, it's going to save me a lot of time compared to all the things I had to do earlier in the season. So let me go ahead and get started. Oh, before I get started, this tray I filled with beets, and this was about a week and 3 days ago. And look at them, they're already coming up. And I think it's due to the hot weather allowing them to germinate a little faster. Well, at least 3 are up. I know I planted at least 6 beets in this pot. So it's just a long planter. I also, on that same day, a week and 3 days ago, planted some more radishes. And then I put some radishes in my tomato plants. And this is a tomato plant that I repotted, and I stuck some radishes down in there because they grow so fast. Within, I'll say, about 4 weeks, you'll have a fully grown radish. So let me get started on getting those bush beans, spinach, the green onions planted. If I have time, I'm going to go ahead and up pot or repot this bushy green pepper plant. The last one I took off of the plant, as it sat in the house, it actually turned yellow. So that was really cool. And I'll try to also replant this green pepper plant. And it's starting to get more flowers. I have plenty of pollinators on the property. And there's one little one starting to come up now. So I'm back to actually go ahead and plant the bush beans, the spinach, and the green onions. Each of these take less than 60 days from seed to harvest, and hopefully the weather will hold out in this zone 5B to where I won't get an early frost. Well, at least not cold enough to kill off my plants. Because this is my last push. I do have a couple of more items that I will be planting that take approximately 60 days to grow, and most of those are cold tolerant. But these are fairly cold tolerant, but should also um, come to maturity before the end of the season. Excuse that rooster for its cock-a-doodle-dooing. I did buy a Boya microphone that has noise canceling just so that the rooster wouldn't be in all of my videos. But unfortunately, on my tripod, using my phone, I can't insert it where it needs to be inserted and the phone still holds. So I'm going to find a workaround for that, and hopefully the rooster will be a little bit quieter than normal. At least the birds are quiet today. Okay, so we're going to start off with the bush beans. And in the wintertime, you want to plant those about 2 inches deep. So I've kind of made the holes. I use this plastic knife simply because I could gauge 2 inches easily. So I've got those planted, and if I need to thin it out, I'll do that. But I want to get some green beans in before the end of the season, mainly because they grow pretty good, and they have a lot of beans that it makes it worth it as far as the yield, and they freeze very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those in, and hopefully all of these will sprout, and if I need to move some to another container, I can do that. So it's as easy as that, people, to have food. And if you don't want to do it, at least have your children watch, or anybody that you find that's interested in gardening and eating clean food, because with the things that have been going on in the news lately about the different GMO and genetically engineered foods and the problems that people are having with their health, this is going to become the new normal. Having this skill is going to be optimal like it was before with farming. And why they're trying to eliminate our farmers and not supporting them wholly as holistic people of the earth, because that's who actually feeds us. Instead, they're wanting to get rid of the farmers and give us this genetically engineered food, lab-made meats. They're tampering even with the fruit and vegetables. Because I live in a zone that's cool more than warm, I am not able to grow a lot of the fruits I would like to grow, but I am going to try to grow an apple tree, and I'm going to try to grow lemons inside and just see what happens. Now this is the spinach, and I'm just going to sow the spinach in here at only about ½ inch deep, whereas the green beans were 2 inches deep. We're just going ½ inch to ¼ inch deep on these spinach seeds. So let me go ahead and get them in there. In fact, since it's the last opportunity, one of the last opportunities for spinach, I'm just going to toss them across the top and cover them up. So spinach is another one of the vegetables that's highly nutritious and freezes very well. And you can eat it fresh, or you can eat it cooked. So as this week progresses, I'm not only going to be planting items that you can eat raw or cooked, I'm also going to be planting a lot of root vegetables where I get a double yield, like these beets. Not only are the beets bulbs edible, but also the leaves are edible. The same with my radishes, and I'm going to do some turnips because turnips can survive in cooler weather. And of course I'm going to do some more collard greens. Okay, so let's move on to getting these green onions. And that's something I use a lot. when I cook are green onions, and they also are only sewed in like a quarter of an inch. So I'm gonna put these in sparingly as well, just because if need be I can thin them out and move them to a smaller pot and grow, a few pots. So I'm gonna have pots everywhere. And I'm gonna start something different next year, to where I have larger vessels that I can put my items in. Maybe some raised beds, if I can find someone who can help build them for me. And I don't know about purchasing them because I don't have a lot of money to spend on the potting, just because there's so much work to do on this, what I call my homestead. So we've got those in. And so growing food not only saves you money, you know exactly what you're eating. And you control the fertilizer, the soil, and everything that's needed to nourish your body. I did go ahead and pick some more cherry tomatoes, if you can see those. And this little green pepper, I did it because it has a little spot on it, so I said I better go ahead and pick it before it spreads. So that's all for the show today. Thank you for viewing. I look forward to you coming back. We're going to talk more about the growing zones and why you should grow for your zone, how to find out what your zone is, and that's going to be the next video. It's going to be coming up in about a week. All right. Once again, I love you, and I thank you for coming and viewing my show. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Love, peace, and prayer. Have a wonderful day.